Hello, my name is Kenley Huynh, and today I'll be talking about the Bradley Martin Ball for this Capstone project. So to begin, I have a table of context, and today I'll be going over the background, the controversies, the real purpose of the ball, the unintended consequences of the ball, the outcome, and how it connects to modern day. So to start off with the background, the Bradley Martin Ball was hosted on February 10th, 1897. This was during the Gilded Age in the late 19th century, and it was hosted at the Waldorf Hotel in New York City. It was known at the time as the most expensive and extravagant historical-themed costume party. It was very expensive, and there were many influential elites and millionaires that came over from all over the world, especially from New York, California, and Europe. And this was provided to me by a scholarly report by New York Has a Ball, the Bradley Martin Extravaganza by Robert Musigaros. Next, I'll be talking about the controversies behind it. So, the two main controversies behind the ball was that it showed a huge difference in wealth between the wealthy and the working class. And alarmists exaggerated this by saying that the party was mainly just to show off wealth, and it was to show the huge gap and how they can never escape the working class. And this was fueled by the Panic of 1893, which was really close to this time, being only a couple of years before this party was held. And at the time, New York hit a huge economic crisis where a bunch of business fell, there's a lot of unemployment rates, and overall the economy tanked. And this was provided by Harm Done by Alarmists, The Rights and Wrongs of Rich and Poor by Gabi Goddell and more. And this is a primary source from a newspaper. So I'll be talking about the real purpose of the ball. There's three main factors. All of them combine into one main one, which is to save them from the panic of 1893. They wanted to stimulate the economy, and they did this by increasing working positions from the many elites that came over because they needed workers. So when they came over, they also bought a bunch of items from local businesses, such as the costume for the party, liquor for the party, and also any other local accommodations. And this, for example, they bought oranges and liquor and costumes only from local businesses to help stimulate the economy. And this is provided from Ferdinand's Gossip from the Metropolis, California, and New York, those who attended the Bradley Martin Ball, which is a newspaper at the time. So now I'll be going into the unintended consequences. So like before, I've talked about the controversies, which showed a shift between the rich and the poor. It fueled anger for the working class against the wealth. It damaged the overall image of high elites, and they lost respect, being viewed as arrogant after the party. And overall, it divided New York between the wealthy and the working class. So the outcome of this ball would be, today it's known as a symbol of excess and luxury during the Gilded Age, as it was one of the most expensive parties at the time. They showed an example of one way to stimulate the economy, although it didn't work out as well as they hoped it would be. It still stimulated the economy somewhat, even if it was only temporary. And one mistake we can learn from this is trying not to damage one's image, as it could leave a lasting impression for years to come. So how does this connect to modern day? To begin, it shows the inequality and public backlash for showing off your wealth, and this could be prevented by trying to understand what happened in the past and how we could do things differently, because there's definitely many ways that they could have stimulated the economy, but this was one of the poor decisions as it damaged a lot of images. And this can be seen today as with the media revolution, with many people being out there and known. Trying to understand how to show your wealth and image carefully through media is important. And this can be also said for luxury brands such as Gucci, Burberry, many other expensive brands, and how they can carefully articulate how they can brand themselves without trying to damage their own image. And yeah, thank you for listening. This is the Bradley Martin Ball.